Greetings and welcome back to this forsaken hellhole, wherever it is. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'll be back to my normal surroundings after Halloween. But in the meantime, since I have very limited choices out here, let's take a look at Casper Scareschool.
This piece of, well, interesting material is sort of a resurrection of the more than dead Casper franchise. Why anyone decided to attempt this after it got resurrected in the 90s and then died again, I seriously don't know.
Is Casper the Friendly Ghost just such a good concept? Or maybe it's public domain by now?
We start up fitting it off with the three ghostly stooges scaring up a storm because they were always scary apparently. Especially the stiff animation they had in the Ghostly Trio game.
That just creeps me out.
So we have a rather weird scene with Fatso and this banana lady played by David Darryberry.
Wow, really? I mean, David Darryberry is just such a phenomenal voice actor, having made countless amazing voices throughout the years. Tell me that this banana lady is in more of the movie. Suck my ass, seriously? At least tell me she's voicing more characters. Oh, good. That's something.
Am I the only one who's sort of getting a food fight vibes from this supermarket scene? I mean, the animation is almost identical.
Oh yeah? What about these?
Now don't get me wrong. Food Fight came out in 2012 and Casper Scareschool came out 6 years before that. I'm not criticizing Casper Scareschool, I'm criticizing Food Fight for looking worse in a movie that came out 6 years before it.
So we then cut to Casper and his friend, Douchebag McGee.
Casper, it's just me.
You'll see later on why he's named that.
He comes in and scares Casper, and this, of course, is broadcast to Scare Central, the news of the underworld.
First off, ghost television? What? Second, how in the world did they get that footage? Are you telling me that a camera crew is just following this child around? Man, creepy shit.
Well, it turns out that Casper's uncles aren't too happy about this since it puts both him and them in a bad light with Mr. Green Guy here.
Yeah, I know he has a name, but he just reminds me of a dumb Slimer.
He slimed me.
It's not their fault. They have told me, but I can't help it.
By the way, am I the only one who thinks that Devon Werkheiser is just not a good pick to voice Casper?
I mean, listen to the original Casper.
But I just want 11 here.
And now Devon.
I like it here with all of you and with Jimmy. Didn't you guys ever have a best friend?
He just sounds way too old to be a small dead child.
I haven't a ghost of a chance in this mean old world, so goodbye.
Anyway, Mr. Green Guy, who's called Kibosh, played by Kevin Michael Richardson.
Who also played Joker in The Batman.
Flattery won't save you!
Tells Casper that he got one chance left in form of Scareschool to better, or is it called worsen himself? To be good at scaring people. If he doesn't worsen or better himself, it's off to the Valley of Shadows.
Is it horrible? Yes. Will you rule this day forever? Will you have nightmares the entire time you're there? Pretty much. But it's far better than the alternative.
You know, for a school you're about to send someone to that even got a sequel in form of a one-season show, you're really selling it off as a bad thing, dude.
Well, it turns out that the alternative is the Valley of Shadows, as mentioned before.
Casper, if you get sent there, you can never come back!
We can never see you again.
Creepy, dark, and no return. Sure, that sounds bad. But, I mean, isn't that what ghosts want? What, is it like limbo or something? Tell me, why is this a bad thing for you?
We then cut to Casper having to tell his friend the bad news.
What are you talking about? You teach me all this stuff, I make the team, and now you're going away. I can't believe this.
As I said, he's a douche. Casper is being sent away against his will, and all douchey boy here can think of is Casper missing his big game. Jeez, it's like sports is the most important thing in the world. Give it a rest, it's a dumb ball you kick around. Anyway, we'll cut to the bus ride, which is a flying pirate ship for some strange reason.
Hey, as long as the bus driver doesn't take us on a magical journey through the intestines of someone, I'm in.
Nope, we don't have anything like that. But we got Fetch, the stupid vampire from the game. As mentioned before, he's like a picture. A big fucking douchebag who thinks he's cool, but everyone knows better. Also, it's his last year in the school.
This is my last year here, and basically, everybody here does what I say.
Yeah, but you're still a goody two-shoe, otherwise you wouldn't be there. Am I the only one who thinks it's odd that he acts and even looks evil even though the school is for kids who's friendly? That's a major plot hole.
Nobody's sending me here. I signed up.
Oh, good. Apparently school is just a choice in the afterlife.
People are always putting zombies down, and I am here to show them that zombies are just like everybody else.
Wow. Are zombies just the afterlife suppressed people? Are there signs hanging around that says vampires only? Or is this just a simple way to give this man for character some personality trait? I thought so.
By the way, if she sounds familiar, it's because she's voiced by Christy Carlson Romano, the voice of Kim Possible herself.
So what's the sitch?
The sitch is, you are yet again choosing a role you really shouldn't.
Anyway, did I mention that pirate is blind on both eyes?
I forgot that, didn't I?
The bus driver is a pirate who's blind on both eyes, which explains the horrible driving the boat sequence in the video game, but how does he steer the boat, you might ask? Well, he got himself a nice parrot.
You are a pirate!
Indeed he is. And he's also the target for some comedic relief. At least I think he is.
Which direction is forward facing?
What'd I do?
I'm sorry, it's me pirate temper. Where are you? Have a cookie.
That's a playing card.
What, blast it?
If this unfunny joke puts you off, then just turn off now. Never in my life have I ever experienced a movie which jokes fall so flat on the ground as this one. Well, they arrive at the school only to see that it is located on an old pier.
Well, that's all since the incredibly accurate game made by Blast Entertainment based on this movie had solid ground underneath the school. But wait, how can those rotten pillars even support a brick school?
Never mind, we're introduced to the principal who for some strange reason wants to usurp kibosh and take over the world.
Of course!
Yeah, but not before an introduction song, since one of the hits likes to sing, I think. Jeez, if they can read notes at that age, I think they should get a different career than scaring people. Oh, that reminds me, in Monsters Inc. they scared people to get scare energy or something like that to help support the Monster City. Here, it's to keep the balance. Yeah.
Which are attached to an electric pump inside the fleshy's stomach. This pump is powered by a tiny monkey.
Yeah, apparently humans or fleshies are operated by machines and a monkey inside the head. Wait a minute. Didn't Johnny Bravo make a joke about this once?
Anyway, it seems that even though Casper is a ghost and should therefore know how humans operate, no one believes him and he gets detention.
Silence! See me after school for detention.
Yeah, because monsters that used to be humans like zombies and mummies doesn't know how humans operate apparently. And also, I'm just saying this now because I don't know whenever else I should. Stop with the freaking hip-hop mummies! Why is that even a thing?
Just look at this kid. He is an ancient Egyptian. Why would he have any relation to hip-hop or rap for that matter? It makes no sense. It just doesn't. And this isn't the only movie this has been used in. Oh no, there's more. Almost any show featuring school and monsters that is geared toward kids at least have one hip-hopping mummy.
Mommy's rap.
And I'm sick and tired of it.
I'm playing that hip-hop music.
Exactly. Well, let's just move on.
We then cut to Fetch and the principal who's talking about Casper.
I don't know what it is, but...
Then don't bother us.
You're right. I'll work on it.
Why, of course, he is a good and therefore no good ghost, who's evil and yet he's good. Monster World is weird.
I'm sort of like their third head.
That really doesn't make you cool, dude. That just makes you a tattletale, or a snitch, or a whistleblower. That's really nothing to brag about.
We then cut to the most diabolical of all classes. Jim. The horror. Where... I'm not even believing this myself, so why should you? A Frankenstein's monster with light bulbs attached instead of bolts.
I'm not kidding. Frankenstein's monster with light bulbs instead of bolts. And also, they even call him Franken Jim Teacher. Franken Jim Teacher. Not only is that the same mistake as everybody else, they just call him Jim Teacher. This is an insult upon an insult covered in another insult's insult.
Casper does something good or bad. and is sent to detention.
And,
See me after school.
We are now at the history class, where the teacher is also played by Debbie Derryberry. Casper does good, or is it bad, and gets detention.
Me after school.
Wait. No, the history class, he just straight up fell asleep, which is just rude, and therefore bad, as in actually bad, and therefore it's right for him to be sent to detention.
But of course, he has to talk to the principal due to many strikes of detention.
And what our spy is telling us is that you're up to no good.
but I thought no good was good.
And as you might have guessed, the mummy boy named Ra, funny, and Manfa, who for some reason is friends with Casper. I guess they just forgot to write in a friendship progression arc. Seriously, they share like 30 words together and then besties, I guess. They helped Casper become good at scaring and being mean.
Because both of them are nice, as it's stated somewhere.
Then after he gets banished, we're next in line because we're friendly too, which again, I think is a good thing.
But how do they pull this off, you might ask? Cheating, of course! Which in my opinion is bad, and therefore it's apparently good, because if they are not caught, they are... And therefore they are... And that makes... I'm still trying to figure out how this world actually works, if you haven't guessed. I mean, how complicated can it fucking be? The original show of Casper was just Casper trying to be friendly, but he was a ghost, and that scared people.
Well, Thatch is the scapegoat for a lot of these cheating stuff, like being scared of Casper getting in trouble with the Frank and Jim teacher.
What? I thought you liked me!
Not to me!
That's funny, I guess.
Meanwhile, the school are accepting Casper more and more. He occasionally sneaks out to attend his fleshy friend's soccer game.
I'm really sorry. I missed your game.
We won! And I scored the winning goal!
You did? That's awesome!
First off, it's football. You use your damn feet. Second, doesn't vampires, dragons, zombies and whatnot also have flesh? Am I the only one who finds this weird?
Well, the principal wants the whole school to try out what they learned on a nearby city, which happens to be the city Casper used to live in. And since he's been spotted by Thatch the Tattletale, Casper has to scare a specific fleshy. Guess who it could possibly be?
Well, shit. He scared his friend. His friend who knows they sent him to Scareschool. Gee, I wonder if douchey McKnuckleface here could possibly figure out that this was indeed a test the school sent him on. Or is this friendship just over? Oh, thank goodness, moving on.
It seems that the whole field trip was just an excuse made by the principal, named Aldo and Dash, by the way. So they could conjure up a petrifying potion they attempt to use on Kibosh, but will it work on ghosts?
It works! But we don't know if it'll work on a ghost.
They don't know this yet because they haven't tested it yet. But it so happens that there is a friendly ghost, which means it's a hooliganish ghost who goes on this school. Oh, what a twist.
What a twist!
Yeah, dude, we get it.
But what's this?
Oh man. Oh man, oh man. I can't believe he's going to the Valley of the Shadows.
Yeah, he failed everyone, including his douchebag friend. And that apparently leads to self-proclaimed exile. Huh.
Of course, this puts a stop to the principal's quest to conquer the ghost world.
Of course!
Since there's no other ghostly students, apparently.
Or does it?
That's right, he has those idiotic uncles, who are also ghosts.
Yeah, meanwhile they continue their pursuit of world domination. We see that Casper's on his way to the Valley of Shadows.
I'm you, the monster inside you that wants to make the fleshies run in fear.
Wow, who knew that Casper could look this non-threatening? Seriously, he looked way creepier when he was scaring Thatch.
That's not what I want. You're not me.
Maybe not yet, but I will be.
Really? He scared his friend once. And now the guilt is weighing him down this much? Are you kidding me?
But Casper conquers his fear of being evil and enters the Valley of Shadows.
Wow. This is truly any kid's nightmare. There's hitches, golf, beach ball, and there's even a water slide. Oh, the horror. Wait, what? This looks nice.
I thought the Valley of the Shadows was awful.
If you're one of those scare types, I guess it would be.
Are you kidding me? The only place in this entire movie that could have looked great, and they just turn it around and make it crack pack fucking stupid?
It's the cutest thing ever.
Anyway, we now cut back to the principal who's... Wait, before we move on, why is Casper's friends hiding? What? Is there a law to walk in the school's hallway? Is that a bad thing to do? You know what? Maybe it is. For all we know, monsters hate everything that humans or fleshies do. Maybe they have an anti-zombie and mommy law of walking in the hallway. I'm starting to believe such nonsense in this universe, and that's not a good thing. Well, to get back on track, the principal tries out his formula.
Then start a reign of horror against the fleshies, leaving us the cruel and merciless rulers of the underworld. And the overworld.
Dash.
Yeah, evil speech much? Seriously, it is in the Royal Book of Bad Movie Villains 101. They even have a class taught by Thanos himself. You won't believe how much money they are making.
The formula works and hell breaks in.
Opposite universe, remember?
And it is up to Zombie Girl, Mommy Boy and the pirate to go find Casper.
But where is the parrot?
The parrot is captured.
Oh no! Putty the parrot! How could they? Those monsters! We will avenge you!
Meanwhile, the trio of not-so-great heroes attempt to rescue Casper, even though no one returns from the Valley of Shadows.
You all know why. It's even in the next scene.
We're banished. That's just how it is.
But have you ever tried?
Listen, kid, we've got hot and cold running happy here. Why would we?
Oh yeah, that two-headed monster that looks an awful lot like the principal. That's the principal's ankle. Bill Murray. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That is the only remotely funny thing this movie has even done. Oh, and also an ankle is a wordplay on aunt and uncle. So... they are... How does that work, you know? Don't tell me, I don't want to know.
So Fetch, the principal and the other nasty evil students breaks loose and use the petrifying spray on the fleshies of Deedstown.
And you know what happens next.
Casper and his friends comes in to save the day.
Oh, joyous do.
What's happening? Don't worry, Jimmy. I'll protect you.
Yeah, just like the last time.
I was wrong to do what I did. But we've gotta pull together.
Isn't that a tad bit too late to say that you're sorry and explain the situation? Seriously, we're moving into Bad Movie 101 cliché territory here. Not taught in classes everywhere by Jeff Goldblum. As I said, a lot of money.
Well, it turns out that Bill Murray is the only one in the entire world who knows how to stop the principal from destroying the world.
I would have a Ghostbusters joke right here, but in fear of having my testicles ripped off by angry women, I'd rather not.
But it turns out that music is the only answer. That and magic tricks.
It's
gone. Well, all that's left now is to stop Thatch.
And you know what else I'm gonna be?
Oh! Yeah, I think we could just stop here. I mean, we're almost at the end, and trust me, the end isn't worth it.
So, what to say? The pacing is just boring, the idea is lame, the voice acting... For some characters, it's great, like Darryberry, even though she's only had minor roles. And I must admit, one of the heads of the principal gives off such a soothing yet terrifying and backstabbing kind of vibe. The main problem is Casper. He just sounds like an adult trying to sound like a child. Seriously, couldn't they, I don't know, give better directions or hire someone with a more childish voice? The jokes... Well, never in my entire life have I experienced jokes that just fall so flat and so far to the ground as this movie. And it's not because they doesn't have many, it feels like they spew them out constantly. But not a single one worked. It's actually shocking. The concept is done to death. Go to school, do bad, do good, figure out something is up, save the day. The interaction between the characters are either missing or misleading. I never felt that anything between any of the characters felt organic. It felt like, oh, they are friends since it says so in the script. Would I recommend it for kids? Sure, there's no harm in it, at least they teach you to be friendly. That is always good. Would I recommend something better instead? Hell, yes. A good kids movie would for instance be Batman Mask of the Phantasm, or something that treats children with a bit more respect.
Well, Casper. Oh, Casper. Will you ever regain your roots? Probably not. I'm the Angrynator, and I'm probably back to my regular surroundings after Halloween. I hope.
It's